she realized that her mother could not have possibly given birth to her, and she believes that she has been kidnapped. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Breathe Life, and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. On my channel, I talk about how I was able to grow my type 4 hair to hip length. I also discuss true crime stories and anything that's on my mind that I would like to share with you. In today's video, I would like to discuss the story of Monica Libao. Basically, as a teenager, she came across some medical documents that belonged to her mother, and she realized that her mother could not have possibly given birth to her, and she believes that she has been kidnapped. So now she's trying to figure out who she really is. It's a really crazy story that I would like to talk to you guys about today. So let's get right into it. Monica Libao was raised as the daughter of Pablo and Burma Libao, and she had two older sisters. Her childhood was very frustrating because her family lived a nomadic lifestyle, which made her suspect that there was something going on that was really strange. Every time it was picture day, her parents made her stay home. She was not allowed to take pictures, and she moved a total of 29 times within 15 years, which is insane. Monica would come home from school and there would be boxes everywhere, and then she would know that it was time for them to move again, and this usually happened every 6 months. One day when Monica was 16, her mother got really ill, and she had to transfer her medical papers to where her mom was, and she began reading through her mom's folder, and that's when she found out something so shocking. Basically, her mother had a total hysterectomy in 1945, which means that there was no way her mom could have given birth to her, because she was 16 years old when she found this paperwork, and it was in the year of 1980. So if you do the math, her mom had a hysterectomy in 1945. There was no way her mom could have given birth to her for her to be 16 years old in 1980. So it kind of confirmed some suspicions that Monica already had that was going on in her mind. Could you imagine stumbling across paperwork and finding out that your mom is not actually your mom? That is just extremely shocking. I can't imagine that. Thank God that I look so much like my mom that I know there's no way that my mom is not my mom. But I can't imagine how Monica felt. And basically, she confronted her mom about this, and her mom got extremely angry. Her mom told her that she was the daughter of her sister. What? So as you can imagine, Monica was extremely shocked to find out that her sister could possibly be her mother. Monica's mom told her that her birth mother was one of her elder daughters who was 19 when she was born. Monica later found out that her birth certificate, which was largely incomplete, did not list a hospital address or even a doctor. And it says that she was born in Chicago in the 1960s. It had also been filed when she was 7 and not when she was born. Finally, her social security number turned out to be her father's. So her social security number was not even her own. Monica met with her sister, who her mother claimed was her birth mother, and her sister told her that her mom was lying. She basically said, "No, I'm not your mother." And she said, "Mom just doesn't want to face the truth." Monica confronted her mom, Burma, and Burma said that her birth mother had sold her to Burma for the fare of a bus ticket and was trash. She also said that Pablo, her father, and Burma had paid a lawyer $2,000 to make a fake birth certificate. So in 1990, Monica contacted an Illinois judge named Gene Scott in hopes of finding her adoption records. And she told her that she could not find any about her from the 1960s. In spite of her wondering about her past, Monica eventually settled down. She got married and had a daughter. And during a rare family get-together several years later, she asked Burma again about the story she was told by her sister. According to Monica, her half-sister became really angry. She began ranting about how nearly 4 decades earlier, her mother had hidden a tiny baby from the police. Monica was stunned. In an instant, her past became flooding back, and she remembered some memories she had as a teenager of overhearing her father talking about stashing a cardboard box in a bar, something about roadblocks, and the need to tell the truth. To Monica, a disturbing scenario began to emerge, and she was forced to realize that her parents probably were constantly moving away because she most likely was kidnapped and they didn't want anyone to find out. Pablo and Burma both since passed away without revealing the truth about Monica's real family. And recently her sister left her husband of 25 years and is no longer in contact with any relatives. Monica is still trying to figure out who she is. She has gotten DNA testing done, and tragically her husband passed away in 1998 at the age of 31. She's still trying to find out the truth about her past. The only clues to her past is that she has a uniquely shaped lobe on her left ear, and also she might have been kidnapped in Miami, Florida in either 1963 or 1964. According to websleuths.com, Monica has compared her case with that of several abduction ones, including that of Elizabeth Ann Gill, who was last seen on the afternoon of June 13, 1965 in her front yard in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. However, a later DNA test proved that despite their similarities, they are not the same person. Monica later had DNA tests conducted with her sister and other relatives. They confirmed that she was not biologically related to her parents, or who she thought were her parents, Pablo and Burma. In 2015, Monica had her DNA submitted to CODIS along with several ancestry websites. She has been able to locate several biological cousins. However, they are distant relatives who have no memory of her. And Monica is still searching to this day for her birth parents. I can't imagine. Can you imagine going through that? If you are moving every 6 months and on top of that, your parents are not allowing you to take any pictures on picture day, I mean, eventually you would put 2 and 2 together and think, what is going on? Something is strange about my family. Why are they not allowing me to take pictures on picture day while we're constantly moving? Once she found out that her mom had a hysterectomy and couldn't have possibly given birth to her, that's when it all basically clicked that, okay, this is why, I haven't been able to take pictures for all these years. And this is why we've been moving around. I wouldn't be able to be at peace because I would want to know who my family is, who my actual mom is. Because it's kind of like, if I don't know who my mom is or my father is, how do I actually know who I am? Because knowing your parents kind of helps you to know who you are as a person. And even though it probably is kind of sounds strange, but I think that is probably the case for most people. Like, knowing who your parents are kind of helps you piece together your identity and to know who you are. So I can't imagine how she feels knowing that there's a possibility that she was kidnapped and not knowing who her real family is. That must be really hard. I hope that Monica eventually finds out who her family is And I hope that despite the situation that she'll still be able to have some peace. Even if she doesn't figure out who her real parents are, I hope that she'll be able to have some peace. What do you guys think about this story? I would love to read your opinions in the comment section below. So guys, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Until next time, have a blessed one. Bye.